Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday, episode 508 of Coach Unplugged. Today we're going to pull back that curtain. I haven't done this in a while, a couple weeks. Pull back the curtain at teachhoops.com and kind of show you what a one-on-one call. We do these on a weekly basis in our teachhoops.com community. So go over and check that out. You kind of see what you get when you join our community of like-minded coaches. They'll help you through the process of coaching. Also, go over and check out check out Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. I can't talk today. You would think it's Monday. Go over and check them out. You will not be disappointed. The workouts alone that you get through the app, or if you buy the newest machine, is worth the money. Not even counting the machine. So go over and check that out. And we would love if you subscribe and leave a review. Those do mean a lot to us at Coach Unplugged. So have a great Tuesday and off to the podcast.
So I got like 6th grade boys.
Okay.
In Dublin, Ohio here, but so I guess we're trying to run like the read and react that I've never coached it before.
Yep.
And the 6th graders, I had one practice with them so far.
Okay.
I gave them like 4 principles.
Okay.
They were able to do it pretty well. I was kind of impressed with their ability. And the 4th graders, I guess, is where the trouble is. But I don't think I gave them principles so much. I was kind of like telling them, like, okay, if you're in the corner, you do this. If you're in the wing, you do this. If you're in the point, you do this. And maybe that's harder to do than if I just say, if you pass, cut. That's like,
I would. Yeah, especially for those younger ones, I would keep it really simple. So you said 6th grade, right? The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were they doing any specific things over and over again?
I kind of had them like pass for it. We haven't got to like drive yet, so there's no driving going on.
Okay.
Like pass and cut, and I had them do like 4 passes on the outside, and then they would kind of like hit the cutter, and the cutter would do a layup. That's kind of it for about like 15 minutes, like kind of a thing.
Yep. So passing and cutting is going to be like their crutch, which is fine, but they're not going to get a lot of scores off of that. It's more about keeping balance. So they will automatically pass and cut. That will be, you won't even, I mean, if you came in tomorrow and did this with them, they would do that automatically. They'd probably fill the 5 spots, especially the older kids, and then they would pass and cut. So the percentage, because I looked over my last couple of years, because we're tweaking some things in our offense with this, and how often you actually make that pass to the cutter and score off it is really small. It's hard to do it. It's hard for NBA guys to do it. So you're going to want to teach them to do, once you've done this once or twice, I won't even worry about cutting anymore. I would worry about another layer that you could add that will take every other layer, but cutting is going to take more time.
Okay.
So whether it's you want them to screen away, whether you want them to cut and then back screen, whether you want them to drive or dribble and then, curl behind, whatever you think they're capable of doing, whatever that next step is, that's where you should spend your time. Because my guess is that the passing and cutting is going to take care of itself.
All right.
It would be interesting. It would be an interesting experiment if you came in and said, all right, let's try this. I bet if you sat back and watched for like 30 seconds, they would all pass and cut and replace. And especially if there's no defense, it's going to look good. But as soon as you put some defenders in there and they don't let them cut, or it's hard to make that pass to the cutter, it'll be harder to score.
I guess I was going over like some different things too. Let me think. The inbounds plays.
Yep.
I was looking at their classes, the courses and stuff.
Yep.
I was thinking of doing like a line. This is with both of them. I was going to have like 3 of them on the foul line, and then like one like the post by the ball.
Yep.
And this I forget what you guys call this, but maybe like a triple curl or something. But like the guy at the post comes up and screens, and then all 3 of them curl around that screen towards the basket, kind of thing.
Yep. I would. So especially at this age, I would pick one set. Like if you want to do line at the free throw line, or you want to do a stack, or you want to do a box, I would just pick one of them. Okay. And then maybe pick 1 or 2 variations of it. Just because it's easier for them to remember. I wouldn't cross pollinate different types of out of bounds plays. I would basically pick one and stick with it. And then if something doesn't work, you can just kind of tweak off of that. So if you like the one at the free throw line, then you could do the curls. And then maybe the next time, I'm telling you right now, at this age, if you teach them to cut hard, it will work.
Okay.
That's
like another one, I think. Like the other, like the variation was like, the one goes back, the middle one goes back, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, what you could do with
the
them
2 up front, like cross or something.
Yeah. So what you could do with them is teach them that it can change every time. Maybe the guy on the right or the left taps the person, and then the reach of them, so they know which way they're going, and then just have them cut. Just like all 4 of you are going to cut to the basket. If they cut really hard, one of them will be open, especially at that age, because they're going to it's just hard for them to jam and stop the cuts. So it's not even the screening. That's why I think at that age, cutting and curling is really good. And it's a great way to get some easy buckets, to be honest with you, because you're moving at the basket.
Right.
More than your offense. Like, I mean, how much are you really going to – the offense is important, and don't get me wrong, but you're going to only run that at that age 20% of the time probably. The rest of it's going to be transition. The rest of it's going to be out of bounds plays. The rest of it's going to be a steal or a turnover, and you're going to go. So I would spend a lot of time. I'm just remembering back to my son when he was that age, that I probably spent too much on offense for the percentage of times we actually ran it in the half court, and work more on what are we going to do when they turn it over? What are we going to do in transition? What are we going to do getting the ball up the court? It's one of those hard things.
Do you think one of them is better than the other? Do you think do you think the line's better than the box, or the other way around?
Describe your team.
Oh, geez.
Are they a bunch of all same sizers? Do you have a couple big skyscrapers? Do you have guards? Do you have bigs? Do you have a mixture?
Yeah, a lot of guards, really. I think I was planning on playing 5 out. We don't really have anybody that like posts up at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you've got 5 guards, get them away from the basket so they can use their quickness because there'll be some times where bigger guys are on them and you want them curling and cutting. So I definitely would not use box with a guard set. I would use something where you can just pull them away from the basket and get them moving. The hard part, and it's been a while since I've had to do it with that age, but the hard part is to find the guy to throw it in, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
So that's where you got to experiment. Because sometimes your best passer is your best scorer too. So there's this fine balance between, but especially if you're cutting and curling, you got to have somebody that can actually thread that needle. And usually there's 1 or 2 on every team that can do that. So you got to experiment with that a little bit and figure out which of the people can thread the needle on that pass. And then you'll see that in practice more than anything.
Because I was thinking about using like a similar thing, like when it's on the side also. Like,
yes, I would use the exact same thing. I would line them up. Yep, I wouldn't. And then I've said this before on.
Would they still face the basket, or would they face the ball on the side?
I would line them. I've always found at that age, just put them in a line facing the guy throwing it in.
Okay.
Because then they can curl, they can cut, they can do all that. I would put it perpendicular to the line the sideline that you're throwing it in. If you know math, yes, I wouldn't put it parallel. I'd put it perpendicular. Yes, and the thing is, if you get good at these, you could use these as your press break too. Like a basic line for press break, as long as they're cutting, is really good. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel when you get pressed. Like if your out of bounds plays a line parallel to the baseline and they're just cutting, you could do the exact same thing for a press break, and then just teach them to cut. Yeah. So good out of bounds plays are also good press break. Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. There's 3 things you can do to help us out. First one is you can go over and subscribe and like, and make sure you leave a review. We love those reviews. They're really important on iTunes or wherever you listen to these podcasts. Also, you can go down and click down below in our Amazon link. It's www.teachhoops.com/Amazon. That way, anytime you're shopping, if you have it bookmarked, we get a small little commission, and it helps us keep the lights on here, basically the hosting fees. You can also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Great resources. You can also go over to our YouTube channel. Just type in Teach Hoops, 2 different words, and you'll find thousands and thousands of videos. So that's one way for us to be able to help you moving forward. All right, enjoy the podcast.
I was wondering, so like we're working on this thing where it's like a numbered transition. So if they score or we rebound, I was gonna have like some wings go out, try to get some guys underneath, get the ball to a point guard, and not a lot of dribbling, just like 3 passes and get it under the basket for us to score before the other team gets down. But then I'm thinking, well, what if they're pressing?
Well, the best way to break a press is to get it up before they can press you. So that I have no issues with that. I have had many an argument with my assistant coaches. I don't love a numbered break. I love my point guard to get the ball, but then this is from my playing days a long time ago. I like the freedom of like just get out and get to a wing and get wide. Whoever gets down there first can go. So the numbered break, especially at this age, is going to be hard. And just because you probably don't have enough practices, it's going to be frustrating on your part to run a numbered break. Other than maybe the point guard getting it, if you definitely need him to bring it up. So what I would work on is spacing. It's similar to the half court. All right. The point guard gets the ball. Where is everyone going? Well, are you going down the wing? Where is your spacing? Who's trailing? Those kind of things. And then they'll love practicing that. You won't have a hard time motivating. So that's the good thing about it. I guess
if the ref's handing it to us they're pressing that, then maybe we do like our inbounds play then. As a press break.
Yep.
Maybe that's the time that we do the inbounds. Otherwise, we just do this, get wide and get down.
Yep.
Thing. Okay.
And the thing is, if they're cutting, it's hard when they cut across. It's hard. It's hard to, if the cuts are strong and diagonal to where they are with the ball, then it's really hard to defend. But it's going to take some practice, and you can do this. But the way I kind of teach this is no dribbles, both on the offense and the defensive end until you, if you're doing the read and react, until you teach them how to dribble on the read and react. But a lot of press breaks, a lot of out of bounds plays, I want to do it without us having to dribble at all. So if you do this press break or you do the break, they should almost be able to run the break without any dribbles. And if they need any, maybe it's the initial point guard. But if they're sprinting, they shouldn't need any dribbles. It will teach them to look up and look for guys ahead of them if they can't dribble. If they can dribble, unless they're different in Ohio than they are in Wisconsin, they're going to want to take like 6 dribbles before they get rid of the ball. And the way you break them of it is take it away from them. and they'll force their heads up and to look up the court.
I guess like we're thinking of, so the one team, the older ones, they can start playing zone this year for the first time.
Okay.
It's always been man-to-man until sixth grade. Now they're letting us do zone if we want. And I was thinking doing like a zone when we're pressing them. And then also maybe if for whatever reason we're having problems with our man-to-man on certain matchups, going to like a zone. And I was thinking like doing like a 1-3-1. We're doing 1-3-1. If we can trap them in the front court, like we're close to where they pass it in, trap them in that corner.
Yep.
And not try to trap in the middle at all.
Yep. Don't trap in the middle at all because there's just too many angles. So yeah, the 1-3-1, the 1-3-1 3/4 court is really effective. And part of it's playing cat and mouse. You want to put your best athlete on top. You want to put probably your smallest athlete in the bottom. You want to put your strongest kid in the middle, and then your two best athletes on the wing.
Which one's in the middle again?
Whoever can, because the ball can't get in the middle. If the ball gets in the middle against a 1-3-1, you're done. So whoever's your best post defender should go in the middle.
Post defender, okay.
Yeah, it's like it tends to be the bulky kid, maybe not as agile of kid, but you have to take the middle away. If the ball gets in the middle, you're toast. Yeah, you're done. Our rule is if the ball gets in the middle, we're running back at that point. We're matching up or we're going back into the half court.
Okay. And if we're in the half court playing 1-3-1, then just I was thinking just try to trap in the corner.
Yep, I wouldn't trap if once it gets past half court. I wouldn't trap up top. It's really hard unless you're long. I would only trap in the corners. And especially now, sixth grade boys is a little different, but it will work because they can't really make the pass from that corner to the opposite wing.
Oh yeah,
because they're not strong enough. So that's where the steal, they're going to try to make it, and that's where the steal is going to come from. So I would definitely work on trapping in the corner with the guy in the bottom and the wing, and you'll get some steals. Trust me. You spend a little time on it, it will work. It'll be like gold. Yeah. It will be good for changing pace and tempo. I would still play a lot of man in sixth grade just because they need it. But this would be a good change up. And if you really want to press and you're running man, you could just, run and jump. You could teach them to double the ball on a dribble, or when they pick it up, we're going to go at them. Some basic stuff like that. When I did it when I was, we used to do just the first pass. Like they dribble it over half court, and usually the first pass is to a wing. So we would call it like, I don't even remember what we called it, but the ball would go to the wing, point guard would bring it up, ball would go to the wing, and we'd trap. And we'd do it once. We'd trap just once, and then we'd be in our man. And we'd score 5-6 times a game out of it because people aren't ready for it. They don't know when it's coming. So that element of surprise can, especially at that age, can really be all right. One more, Coach, and then I got another one after you.
Okay, which one? I guess if you have a player that like doesn't want to do things during practice, I mean, what do you do with the kid? I mean, I was like, how about we play knockout? And the kid's like, no, I don't want to play knockout. And then even like we were gonna do like a cheer at the end, just put your hand in and do like a team cheer. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, oh my God, what's up with this kid?
So those are hard. That kid's probably there because mom or dad or grandma wants them to be there. So what I've done in the past with those kids is you got to find what makes them kind of click. And it might be Star Wars. It might be Marvel. It might be, they might be math kid. They might be whatever. You got to, if you connect with them in that age, they'll run through a wall for you, but you got to figure out what makes them click. And obviously it's not basketball at this point. So that's a hard one. And I would definitely try to connect with the parents on that one, because I've had to do this. It's like, well, Johnny doesn't really want to be here. Maybe he needs to take up curling, kind of thing.
I think maybe he got upset because I was like, he wanted to scrimmage, like 4-on-4 scrimmage. There's 8 kids on our team. Right. And I kind of like, I don't know, I didn't want to do it because I'm like, well, that's going to be kind of a waste of time. I didn't say that to him, but I just kind of put it off. And at the end, we kind of ran out of time. I wonder if that kind of set him off, or he's like, I really wanted to do this and we didn't do it or something.
It could be at that age. Yes, I would say yes. And to be honest with you, every practice I would have to try to have something, especially at that age, something that kind of hooks them. So something fun, something whatever. Maybe we're playing knockout for a Gatorade, or we're gonna have a one-on-one horse tournament or something, and then the winner gets a Gatorade or something. I don't know. They swear to God, my 12th graders still remember doing all those fun games with them in 6th grade, 5th grade. So, find something like that. They'll remember those. They won't remember you run and read and react, but they'll remember those games, to be honest with you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Okay, great.
All right. Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, go over and leave a 5-star review. If you didn't, turn your iPhone or whatever you're listening to the podcast off. But no, go over and check out teachhoops.com too. If you want to give back a little bit, if you want to join our community, if you want to become a better coach, if you want to find the nuances of this great game, if you want to delve into this brain of 30 plus years of coaching, go over and check it out, and we'll help you through this great journey. Have a great day.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.